G'day all you beautiful cunts. I'm Tim Masamagus.
I'm Brad Magnamune.
And welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club, home of the Butt Rape Council. For some reason. So we just got to get through Yuri now. There's not a whole lot of footage that we haven't already seen, sort of thing. We don't even have to do the end part because we already did that on one of the earlier episodes. And yeah, we can cut to the chase.
Excellent.
Gross. Starting it. Alright guys, so we're going Yuri. Let's click what she likes. Let's try. Contamination. You pick one.
Uncontrollable.
Uncontrollable. Yes, like my sexual urges. Inferno. Better than Outferno in my opinion.
Effulgent.
Effulgent. Okay, I'm sure that's how you say that. Philosophy. Good old Sophie.
Disown.
Disown? Yes. Alright. Well, not suicide, because I think I know who... Wait, or did she go for that? I can't remember.
I do
Sensation?
not
Anxiety? No. Actually, I think that makes that little bowhead girl go nuts if you do anxiety.
Yeah.
Let's try suicide. Yeah.
Intellectual.
Outralectual. That joke's shit. Tenacious.
Yeah.
Oh look, it's QB. Oh wait, you wouldn't get that joke. Never mind.
The scars. Or is that Sayori?
It is Sayori.
Son of a
God,
bitch.
fucking damn it! What's she hiding under those sleeves? Incongruent. Wait, isn't that the word that?
No, that's definitely.
Yeah, it was a word. Yeah. Determination.
Yep.
Vitality. Vitality. Yeah.
It's
okay.
a big word. It's not unrequited. That's Sayori.
It is? Okay,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, it is too. She can't even spell it, but she goes for it.
Eternity.
Eternity. Yeah. Melon celery.
Crimson.
Crimson. Book or something?
It's a colour.
It is a colour. No, but it's yeah. You're a dumb fuck. You're an actual dumb cunt.
I'm an outralectual.
Density. Agonizing.
After image.
After image, yeah, okay. Empty? No, that's Sayori. That's okay. We saw how she felt. Alright, skip ahead.
Careful.
I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It's hentai. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Juicy. Crap! I think she noticed me looking at her. Tits. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Gomenasai! Spacing out on top of my skull. Yeah, I'm aware of what I just said. I don't really care. I muttered there, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh! It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
It's the book you gave me, right?
I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason.
Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book?
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... But that's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy two of them.
This is getting out of hand! Now there are two of them! There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon!
I'm glad to hear that. It's a literature club. You should be reading now. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down.
Like a puppy.
It's very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so?
No.
What's it about, anyway?
Well...
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. It becomes apparent that she's never actually read it. She's just lying. It's also called Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. Just like everyone else.
That's kind of... I can't do that voice, that's just okay. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Tim?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. Magica.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those kind of things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they made out to be the naive one, for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologise. We all have gas now and again.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. Whenever the full moon is out, when I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people.
People!
So I'm sorry if I end up having a chesty blower.
It's a hard voice to do. Shut up.
And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I would love
That's line. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is list 10. It's a literature club after all. I'm a dickhead.
to. Yeah, but it's okay.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
You don't have to.
Haha, what are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve a copy of the Bible from my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Ah! Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. Humans don't like me. That is, reading and accompanying someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Have you ever tried reading with someone reading with you? It is not easy. It is very, yes, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat no, I
suppose-
totally disagree with the comforting.
I think it might be comforting if it was a hot girl reading with you.
I'd rather her face was in my lap, to be honest, but...
You can read to her.
Don't let up! Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. So she basically wasted her money. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do?
I don't really mean to steal your lines.
Fuck you, it's my line.
I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against yours. I had like the wrong thought. When you whip out your dick and she whips out hers as well, and then hold my book more between the two of them. Oh my god, this is getting out of hand. Alright.
It's gonna stay out of hand, I swear.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book open. Ah, I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger.
Get out of it.
Ah! I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's tits and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready?
That was a bad joke. I apologize.
Turn the page.
Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Oh, look at that little smile. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. Is that the word?
Yeah, that's the word.
I've not actually heard that word before.
Really?
They seem to just throw in a lot of big words here, but they don't necessarily need them.
Well, it's not necessary, but
Robert Jordan
own
book or
volition or
something.
something is...
We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange of saliva. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it with her own thumb. Hey Yuri! This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's a lot more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
Yuri remains silent for a moment.
But Tim, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. It's so embarrassing that you think that.
Wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you're so self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute.
Ah! What are you saying all of a sudden? This isn't an etchy game.
Okay, everyone! Except that's not actually her voice, but...
No, it's really not.
How was it again? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought.
Oh, it's an ah. It's supposed to be
Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of Down syndrome. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this.
It's not. It's fine.
So it's not fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Ow! I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you?
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
Both ways, huh? In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time.
Alright!
God damn, she sounds like a
I
teacher.
stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off the book and then slip it back into defense mode. Alright, skip time. Alright, so I skipped everyone we didn't need to look at. It's time for female anime sex. I mean, Yuri. That one. Let's go. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes light.
Exceptional.
Eh? Fuck was that?
Did I say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, then ends up covering her whole face.
She's gonna hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Pretty sure exceptional is a good word.
Eh? That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath. Good to know.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. I mean, I did English class and shit, but...
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
No fucking way! Well, I know that! It just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger on the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. This sounds very familiar. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Put on silent, cuck. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for.
There is...
There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though.
Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Well, I would like to hear it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which in itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Pretty sure you've already read this one.
Yep.
I'm sorry I had such terrible handwriting.
You fucking better be!
What? I wasn't thinking that at all. Have we read this shit already?
Yeah, we've actually read it since, there's a lot, since she was talking about new writers in this.
Alright guys, it's time. We're here and now we're going to display some unnecessary bias towards Yuri this time. Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem.
See?
Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't be pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different.
That's not what happened at all! Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously!
I understand. Yuri,
Eh?
you're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed.
Well, that's...
But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute.
I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry.
But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, you just told her how you... And if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Plus, she's got huge tits.
Are you kidding?
No, look at them.
That's exactly what I did! It was her that...
Natsuki, I think that's enough.
What wasn't her voice?
Oh, fuck. It's hard for me to switch, like, when I just heard yours. Anyway. Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, no one has taken her side. She's trapped, at this point being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her.
It's very fucking insightful.
Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head.
Sayori, she doesn't need to...
You know what? I'm gonna do that! It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now!
Mic drop. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumbles up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Oh, it wasn't that bad. It's actually very metaphorical.
Natsuki! She really didn't need to do that.
I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her own desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair.
Is that sigh or is it?
Well,
It's most likely,
Oh,
but I think it's funny.
everything alright?
I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now.
No, Yuri. How can anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you.
Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Tim, you're too kind. I'm thankful to have you as part of this club now.
Yeah, it's nothing.
One more thing. That one thing Natsuki said about my tits. I would never do anything so shameful. So,
If you made those things any bigger, you'd probably hurt your back. Line!
I agree, line.
well, never mind that. I'm gonna go make some tea.
Ah, good idea. White, 2 sugars. Make enough for more than one person, okay?
Yeah,
Alright. Here we go again. Philosophy. Was it unrequited?
No.
That's right. No, it's bubblehead.
Disaster.
Disaster. Unrestrained. Unending. Insight. Outsight. Vertigo.
I would think unrestrained.
Yeah, she wants to take it to the next level. She wants to become a Super Saiyan.
Misori.
Let's see. Vivid?
Yeah.
It's a complex word for something that's short. Incongruent. Frightening. Festa. Like my uncle. Because I'm one of the Addams family.
Very obvious.
Fucking melon celery. I'm gonna keep calling it that just because I want to.
Yeah.
And y'all bitch boys.
Yeah. Okay.
Analysis. Mr. Spock. Anxiety? No, that's probably Bubblehead. Antagonizing. Yeah. Determination. Afterimage.
Effulgent.
What? I don't even know what the fuck that means.
Neither do I.
Tenacious?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Misfortune. No, that was
I
not
was
it.
going to say wrath.
Contamination. Judgment?
Yeah, or Inferno.
No, that works too. Infinite?
Yeah.
Graveyard.
Graveyard, definitely.
God. Just give her a spiky collar and some fucking goth clothes already, guys.
Vivacious.
Vivacious. And, incapable. No, that sounds more like a defeatist attitude that Sayori has. Eternity.
So it was 19 points to her.
Let's see. Just pass on to get to the right thing. Oh yeah, we gotta skip that. Oh, okay.
We missed a couple.
Yeah,
with
we missed
the
a couple of lines because we were skipping ahead and it didn't star wipe and we had some computer errors, so technically we have already seen this script, but yeah. Anyway,
We're here now. We'll continue.
we'll just take over.
I was kind of just waiting for you.
Oh, if that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started?
Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first?
Not at all!
Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea.
Fuck yeah, come!
Not to mention for yourself as well.
Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with the filter inside.
Can you hold this for a second?
Sure, I've got hands. Yuri hands me a water pitcher and I also fetches an electric kettle.
I'm gonna plug this into the teacher's desk. Then we'll go get some water.
She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. In the top drawer, there is a gun. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Wow, why are we not seeing a picture of these long legs?
You see it in the beginning. That's why.
I'm gonna Google it.
Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back.
Might as well walk with you.
Yeah, why not? Shall we go then?
Yeah. See if I can get this right first time. Where are you two off to? Huh? Yuri's gonna make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monika.
Why is it weird? I never understand this bit. Why is it weird?
Because I guess only one person needs to fill the water, but
Hanging out.
we're just filling the water pitcher.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it?
That's
Monika, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve him in club activities?
line wrecked. My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Where's this draft coming from?
Then let's go, Tim.
Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Did we notice that the draft was only affecting one of their skirts?
I think it's supposed to.
Yuri must
watch
have
she's
some
gone.
weights. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall.
Oh my fucking god. I spoke without thinking. How can I say something like that?
Yuri, I
I
just...
just-
Oh, never mind. It was being a dick.
Something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me?
No, Yuri. That irritation is called herpes. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monika to judge people like that.
Tim? How come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me?
Because nothing that you do is bad as long as as bad as you make it seem in your head.
It's because you're a nice guy, TM.
Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane.
No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that?
Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. I mean, there's several billion people I'd love to hate for having emotions, but it's just pointless, mate, you know? What kind of friend would do that, eh?
Friend, you say?
Yuri lifts her head.
Tim? I really like being friends with you.
Aha! I'm going to go chop my own head off now. Friend zone. I like being friends with you too, I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better.
Maybe it's because you're not in second grade. It's weird to say, I like being friends with you if you're not really young.
Anyway,
Yeah. Shall we go?
yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom.
Yay.
Tim, do you like oolong tea?
I haven't actually tried oolong. I like black, but I'm sure oolong's not bad. You had oolong?
I think so. Yeah, I have. It was, oh wait, no, it wasn't oolong. It was something being with a Y. I don't think I've had oolong.
Anything is fine.
Very well.
Yuri sets the temperature in the kettle to 200 degrees.
Extra boiling.
Now it's time to get the teapot.
You really do this properly, don't you?
Of course! I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others.
Even though I'm not an expert on tea or anything?
Hoo-hoo. In that case, you'll only be more impressed.
Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now.
Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking. And I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway.
Ah, that's great, Yuri. Don't just push yourself too much. Don't push yourself. That one, you know, read it.
Surprisingly important, the wording that particular time.
Grammar makes a huge, punctuation makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
You're always worrying about me, Tim. It's very endearing.
Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us.
Tim, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today?
Huh? What are we, peasants?
It's a little bit easier on my back. You mentioned that yesterday. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk.
I'd like to bend you over the desk.
No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it.
Is that so? I wonder why that is.
It's mostly because of my
Your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading.
yes. I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor, like peasants.
Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag.
Book is what I named my gun.
I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it so it'll go well with tea. Yuri and I then sitting against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other.
I can't see too well.
Line. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle.
The teacup.
Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus.
Get a grip on your nuts. Calm the hell down. You're touching a girl, you're not getting touched in your special
mate,
parts.
You should have had a wank before fucking school today. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Mate, just get in there.
Do it accidentally, you have an excuse.
Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a
God,
single
that
thing.
sounds horrible.
That really does.
Rave culture!
She wears her intense reading expression, and then I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. This is just like studying. This is why I'm getting behind the minimal. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I spooged in my pants. I put the teacup between my legs to catch it, and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want.
That's okay. I won't take any.
Yeah, you sure?
Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages.
No, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad.
No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay?
Are you sure?
Of course.
Yuri opens the book with both hands. Oh, wow. Every time it's like, oh.
The particle effects are really cool there.
Yeah, this is really, really decorative. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case,
She'll feel the
Yuri's already totally focused on reading again.
She'll feel the spooge stain in a second, don't worry.
I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. Is it chocolate or is it candy? Or is it is it clinker? It might be a clinker.
Yeah, I don't think any Americans watching that are going to have any idea what the hell you're on.
What people watching this?
Eventually, there's going to be people watching. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, 9. Better than 0. Then I take another chocolate and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if as if this situation was completely natural.
Words am hard.
This means I can't stop here.
Words are really hard.
I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Sounds like a metaphor to me. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it.
Huh?
Yuri's expression suddenly froze.
Did I just...
Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened.
Tim?
Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, that's... Well... You were just helping. That's something that friends do. Right?
I mean, not really into this kind of context, but... Yeah, that's all it was. sort of stick something in your mouth.
Yeah. Then you don't need to stop or anything.
I see. The situation has gotten really tense.
Real fucking tense.
Really
real
tense.
fucking quick.
Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers. But this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine.
That's just making it more tense.
How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. Oh my god, I'm so itchy. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. Funny like that. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips. But it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers.
Okay, everyone.
Ah! Ah! Yuri jolts back.
It's time to share poems. Tim, can you help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right?
What? You know, you get the idea. Yeah, of course.
Okay, thanks.
Your spell is abruptly broken.
I'll take care of the cups.
Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up some without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Alright, who should I show my poem to next? The only person who matters.
Just Yuri.
Let's see what you've written for today.
Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it?
Tim, this one might even be better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing.
Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty.
Her palms are sweaty.
Mum spaghetti?
I'm not used to this.
Used to what?
I don't know!
It's fine. Take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her.
Yeah. Just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid. But seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy.
Are you saying that you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it.
I really only write for myself. And besides, people just laugh at me.
Do you really think that?
You say
Again,
and laugh.
Yuri nods. Huh. You're a fucking idiot. Anyway, even your close friends, I can guarantee if you're Australian, your friends would laugh at you, and then they give you a pat on the shoulder.
Yeah. That's what happens.
Well, that's how most of the guys generally take
Well,
the
yeah.
piss, and then we just,
When you take the piss, that means they like it.
yeah. I wonder why. Because
Because we're Australian, mate.
yeah, fucking right. Anyway,
Australia.
do you want to share the poem you wrote today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
I felt like doing that voice, so yeah.
I do. If it's with you. The raccoon.
This is yeah. We already read the raccoon one, except I couldn't fucking read it to save my life. But,
Oh yeah, this is the one I had to fucking
Yeah.
try. It was difficult.
I can't remember. We'll cut this if needed.
I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's.
I can see that. It's a lot more metaphysical.
It's a ghost.
I don't know. Well, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about.
Wait, no, the last one was a ghost.
That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them.
Yeah, if you take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean.
Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them.
Why do you keep them to yourself?
Because they're fucking weird,
Valid.
and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Tim?
Well, I do stick my finger up my ass when I masturbate. Yeah, I guess I do.
It's not that weird anymore, I guess.
No, not these days.
That's because there's low testosterone people around. Low T people.
Yeah, we're definitely skinnies.
Yeah, we are.
I feel like everyone has a little something like that. I'm pretty sure we've learned this before.